Damion Burrows is in Cumbria, where our next startling long lister was originally built to withstand enemy ambush.
Wow. It almost feels like I should be rallying the troops ready to lay siege.
Today, this 700-year-old citadel contains its own hidden surprise. From the outside, Pele Tower House is a formidable Grade II listed fortress, wearing an impenetrable armour of rugged Cumbrian stone. But lying in wait behind those forbidding 5-foot-thick walls is a welcoming contemporary family home, full of glass, light, and 21st century comforts. It was designed by the architects Katie Woolacott and Patrick Gill-Martin, who were drawn to the romance of working with a 14th century tower.
For me, for lots of people, a tower and a castle, it brings out the child in you. There's something really playful. You want to climb it, you want to explore it, and you want to discover things. You want to be surprised by it.
All that quirkiness, all that eccentricity, all that character that you get with an old building was something that was really important to us.
Hey!
Hi.
How you doing? How you doing?
Nice to meet you.
You don't see many houses that have got their own fortified tower.
I mean, you can't imagine what it was like in the 1300s here. You had to build a house to protect yourself from attack.
So that's not really a family home, is it?
Not at all. That was really the challenge, is how to make it a family home that felt intimate.
And not gloomy. I think often buildings like this can be very gloomy, and that had to get enough light in there that you really felt like an uplifting space to be in.
So how do you make a dark, dank tower designed to repel into an inviting home? Like this. The tower now houses a welcoming master bedroom and a glamorous bathroom.
What a stunning room.
They've been cleverly slipped inside the ruined shell.
Oh, this is nice. This is very nice. I mean, you're just showing off now, aren't you, really?
We really wanted you to feel like you were inside a ruin, and if you hadn't put the glass wall in and you'd gone to the edges, you wouldn't have felt that way. I mean, I think lying in this bath, staring at that wall and out to that historic landscape beyond just feels like you're being seeped in this history, doesn't it?
It does, and I noticed that boiling oil has been replaced with essential oils.
From outside, you'd never guess such decadence lay behind the unwelcoming arrow-slit windows. And Patrick and Katie have smuggled in another surprise. They've left a space between the old and new walls, so that one side of the tower becomes a giant light well to illuminate once gloomy rooms.
The handling of the light well is something that I'd normally see in a built-up city area, where you're having to grab light wherever you can, not in the middle of an open field.
The stitching together of ancient and modern is just as inventive elsewhere. There are sharp, clean, contemporary stairs and brightly painted timber panelling, none of which jar, thanks to Patrick and Katie's commitment to traditional materials and craftsmanship. So, in the kitchen, a 16th century oak ceiling has made friends with some exquisite handmade 21st century joinery.
The detailing of the oak here is so impressive. This is just, you run your hand along it. The texture's beautiful.
Yeah, it was built on site by our carpenter. He put the whole thing together. The timbers run right up through the floor. It took a long time. It took a lot of patience.
I mean, the level of dedication just sings inside this house.
I mean, I really think it's best if you just love the house and you love its history. And if you do that, everything falls in place.
Outside, a bit of tough love was needed. White concrete render had to be stripped off, and the entire roof was correctly reslated in a great Cumbrian tradition.
What makes it different from normal slate roofs is that you are getting a larger slate at the bottom to a very small slate at the top. So it is a very specialist role, it is a dying trade, but when you look from the ground, looking up on a roof like this, I don't think you can get a better roof. A diminishing roof is just stunning.
Faithful repair work outside, architectural insurgency within.
This house represents two giants of architectural style going into battle. The defensive and imposing nature of the tower versus the refined elegance of its contemporary insertion. But there are no victors in this feud. Instead, there's a beautifully sublime truce.